Here on lichess and Twitch, just getting underway. We're going to be playing some faster blitz 5+3. Go to the lobby, see if we can find the victim. Asbury was in the chat earlier. I don't know if anybody else was here. I stepped away from the stream for a moment to get things set up. Somehow my window looks different. I'm going to change the size of it or something. Let me make sure our analysis board size looks right. That looks fine. All right. So we will get underway here. We're taking challenges 5+3 casual. Only that time control. Play. Community watch, learn. Tools. So, right. All right. Play, create, game, lobby. I've got correspondence games going on. Lobby. The lobby. Lobby looks larger. It looks different. Somehow the layout looks different. Is it just me, or did they change the layout of how this looks? 5+3 casual. MS is pretty strong. 65, 1900. Let's go. Sludgy calls, and I answer. Little accelerated dragon. Bishop C4, Bob. There it is. It's Bob. We're literally playing Bob. We're going to try a funky move here. Didn't even bite. Bang! There's your move order. Take that, move order. Black equalizes immediately. Pretty much. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe you could claim there's still some edge for white here. I kind of doubt it, though. He's unfazed by my equalization. I had knight b6 there. I still have it. Now bishop b5, though. This guy is actively seeking challenges at 5+3. I shouldn't have played him because he is only 22 games. What is the chances this guy's only played 22 games, puts out a 5+3 casual challenge? I answered the call. What are the chances I answered the call, Bob? I have to admit, I find it difficult to understand this is probably not a great move. I find it difficult to understand why you would play 5+3 if you didn't use any time for your moves. That's what I'm talking about here. Why would this guy voluntarily want to play this time control when he doesn't even think about his moves? It seems odd. I feel like just aborting this game and starting over. This is supposed to be a warm-up game. Actually, now queen c1 looks like a good move. The Bodler was never played in a single game against me in my life until I found lichess. Maybe once in the tournament game. Whatever this bishop c4 thing is, I don't even know who that is. Who the heck is Bodler? Who's ever heard of anyone named Bodler? Master Bodler. It's not like it's some known historic chess player. Could be an engine. Kind of feels like it. So it's only 1917. Let's see. Open link in new window. 94 wins and 9 losses in tactical puzzles. They must have been really easy ones. Signed up to lichess.org. Yeah, this wasn't the optimal opponent to play, but he did lose games. This is just a warm-up game. This is not a real player who I recognize. But it looks kind of a bit too equal now. This is going to be hard for me to win with obstacle bishops, honestly. Could be quite hard to win. Just makes the moves almost instantaneously. The move flows a little too much, no? His moves have a little too much flow. This is dangerous. It's probably a centaur, some sort of partially human, partially computer account. I don't know, maybe not, but it's just irritating to play against them. Really should have traded queens. Yeah, I don't know, the sirens seem worse lately, but I think it's just my imagination. It's always been bad. I think it's named after Thomas Bodler. Played 8 games with Philidor. Yeah, that would be it, I guess. I like how the ambulance can go on forever, though. You hear it for like miles. I never heard ambulances of this magnitude in Boston. I mean, I lived in Boston for almost 15 years. The European ambulances just blow it away in terms of annoyance. I don't know if there's an uptick with the coronavirus. I don't think they have coronavirus in Hungary, or at least that's what they claim. So, what's difficult for white to generate threats here, very strangely. Now he's starting to take time. MS56. Yeah, this is probably one of his only moves. So threatening what exactly? G6. Yeah, he took forever on that move. Isn't that weird? Isn't it weird how he took forever on that move? I have no way of defending G6. So I have to take, and now I'm groveling for a draw, basically. I have to allow perpetual. There's no way I can win. My king's too open. If I try to go passive, I can lose. Like, if I try to bring my queen back to stop the perpetual. My knight's just too bad here. So, a very interesting opponent, let's say. Oh, you found that. Why would I go there? This is what you get for playing someone with 22 games. I like how he's done like 100 puzzles and has like 95% score. Doesn't seem like a computer, but he's incredibly fast, and he made this decision quickly now. Engine doesn't say I'm better there. I don't see what the big deal is with bishop takes f3, but it would have been better, I guess, than what I did. I was hoping he would play this worse. Now it's just a draw. I need to get my knight back in the game. Actually, this is a really strong move. It's still a draw, though. It was a queer game. I don't know. I feel like it was maybe like just slightly dubious. No, it's a beginner move. Rook c1 is human. It's like a weak human. But it's inconsistent. It's like playing really bad moves and then it plays like really good moves when it needs to. You know, like at the end. Rook e1 instantly. Now knight e4 was played instantly. I played f5. It's a mistake, but he's only used 51 seconds for the whole game. What can I do here? Rook d8. This is a draw. Apparently he's better after queen d7. Ah, this would give him knight e8. I can draw with queen knight b7. That's cool. Yeah, the best I have is a draw. I don't know. It's very strange, but I recommend not playing people with less than. I would recommend not playing accounts with less than 100 games, which is my policy here. How did my knight get on a5? Yeah, I mean, it's possible knight a5 was just a bad move. Well, I mean, I thought the guy would be a weak player to get away with it. The best move according to the engine. I missed this. Damn it. Yeah. Doesn't seem like a computer altogether. Alright. We're just totally paranoid. I really shouldn't play anyone that I don't trust, so I'm not paranoid during the game. It affects the way I play, too. Alright, Bjorn, we're just taking the challenges here. No, as long as you have 100 games. No requirement to be a subscriber to the stream to play. Well, I mean, what's astonishing is like how horrible his moves were in some respects, and then like the next move could be quite good. Bob pointed out rook c1. Rook c1 wasn't that bad, or someone mentioned rook c1. I mean, it's a horrible move, looking move, but he has tactics based on my queen on c7. So it's like pretty clear my opponent was not too bad tactically, but horrific strategically to some degree. No, I missed the attack on d3. It's my first game. I'm pretty slow. Slow, physically slow, and tactically slow when I haven't played for a while. It takes me like 3 or 4 games till I start. If I played more, probably that wouldn't be the case, but I really need to get warmed up. I need like a gallon of coffee and Jim, which move was not natural? You mean rook c1? I expected him to play queen c1, which is probably what I would have done. You know, to attack h6. Interesting plan by black here. What a cool idea. Check this out. c4, b6. Total theoretical novelty. Holy shit. Maybe this is like some sort of brilliancy. What the heck am I going to do? This is like a standard theoretical position, and Bjorn just played the unbelievable novelty b6. When it appears that the only way to take advantage of it is to take, and then he just plays bishop b7. So maybe knight c3 is a mistake, but what other move do I have? Wow. It's just stunning. Maybe you just refuted the Fianchetto-Grunfeld. White just doesn't have a really good move here. That's an unbelievable idea. I don't know if you guys realize how revolutionary this is. He completely invented a new variation for the black side of the Fianchetto-Grunfeld. Perhaps I have to play knight e5. That's it. Maybe that's better. So instead of c takes d, knight c3, and then on bishop e7 I play knight e5, which would actually transpose to what looks like some sort of Catalan. It may not be that bad either. Black will play e6. It may be a mistake to play c takes d5. I didn't expect this, of course. Now white has some kind of microscopic advantage, almost non-existent. I mean, to come up with a theoretical novelty on move 6 on the black side of the Grunfeld. Wow. It's possible it's been played before. I've certainly never seen b6 or seen it written about in a book. I've been playing this opening for 30 years. And I've never seen anyone play bishop b6. I mean, if that works, it's like a massively new variation. But immediately my reaction might have been a mistake. But what a cool idea. Just to simply play bishop e7. Don't have to recapture. Knight f6 doesn't seem best. Why retreat your knight back when you can exchange? Although it may not be that bad. Queen c2 actually looks kind of weak. This is an insane move, man. b6 could be revolutionary. C takes d5, bishop b7, no way to hold the pawn. e4 doesn't work. But I think now I'm better. Now he's screwed up. Bishop d2, I mean, just knight takes, bishop takes, maybe knight d7, and you're only a tiny bit worse. Knight f6 doesn't make sense. Saying the second player avoiding exchanges of pieces when you have less space. Dude, I mean, this seriously could be an amazing novelty for black. We're going to check this after the game. Now we're rolling in the center. The center looks extremely strong. He practically has to play e6, but that would decimate his pawn structure. Even if you lose, you've introduced an awesome idea. Would be well worth it. You found e6. I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating by decimating his pawn structure. I'm not even sure I can take advantage of it properly. Let's see, knight g5. Bubble popping. Bottle popping. Knight g5. Bishop h3. It's another freaking ambulance, dude. Seriously. Rush hour is the word. Usually around like 5 or 6. It's like 11:25 now. And it's lockdown, coronavirus lockdown. There shouldn't be a lot of people like driving around. He found this rook e8 to play knight f8. Nice job. I need another idea. Perhaps knight e5. Looks dangerous. Trying for this square. Wish it was vodka. Vodka. Perhaps queen d7. No, queen d7, knight d6. Queen d7. I might have to play queen d7, knight d6. Yeah. I guess we're just winning. But I mean, again, smothered mate, the best. It's not often we get to do a smothered mate. How can you resign here? You can't resign with smothered mate coming up. It's not fair. Dude, you created a new variation, the Bjorn defense. So as I said, like knight e5 is possible, but again, this would reach something like a type of Catalan. Bishop e7, knight c3, e6. It's not great for black, but it's played. There's some master level games there. But this is okay. So I tried the critical move. Black just plays bishop b7. Best move. The whole point. Some guy here played knight c3. It's also possible, but that will transpose to that other thing. Knight e5. See. So I tried to take it out fundamentally, and you just calmly played bishop b7. And now my move, knight c3, knight takes d5, e3 is terrible. Knight d5, bishop d5, queen c2. I thought about that. Maybe I looked at rook e1 actually. I looked at rook e1 and probably rejected it because of bishop e4. Queen c2 is a slightly better version. Trying to play this. Interesting. But you know what's interesting? Rook e1. This is the refutation, I guess. This is better. I have to find rook e1. This is a very important move. Now when you take with the bishop, I have knight c3, and if you take with the knight, I have e4. So this is a refutation of the Bjorn. The Bjorn defense, Bjorn Borg. Alright. Brodinsky, do you have more than 20 games? Yes. Did we play before? Doesn't matter. Alright, as long as you're not 20 games. Rook e1 refutes it. Yeah, actually, Jim, you should like that. It involves b6. It's like one of your b3 openings. Anglo-Indian. What are we going to play? The acerbate defense. We should start a site that's free to play when you have to use a credit card info, so you're charged. You're charged if you caught cheating. That won't involve any litigation. You need quite a team of lawyers, probably, to run a site like that. Better call Alan Dershowitz. That's actually... I mean, nobody really has the money to sue a chess site, right? Because they got their account banned for cheating. I would assume there was just like occasionally some wealthy person who just likes engaging in lawsuits. Alright, acerbate. This is the way it's meant to be played. Now, wait to move. The e4 pawn is under attack. Don't forget, if he castles, you take it. First you play bishop takes c3, then you take on e4. Right, the forbidden website can do that, but the problem with this, Bob, is that you have to use a credit card info, so if you're charged if you're caught cheating. You're charged if you're caught cheating. I don't know about this system. It's a fine. I don't think it's going to work, man. Nice idea, though. Nice try. It's not a real suggestion. Of course not. ICC seems to work fine to discourage cheating. Dude, they ignored my last 3,000 messages. Bob, I don't even remember for like 4 or 5 years in a row anyone getting banned who I reported on that site. I don't think so. That's one of the reasons why I left. The ICC may have at one point enforced something about cheating, but I think they basically don't have any employees anymore. They have one admin for their entire site, some guy who like volunteers to work for free. The poor guy. They don't pay any employees. They're a for-profit company who doesn't pay any employees. It's a good business model for the owners. All right. Goodwill Industries. They must pay some volunteers now. If d6 e5 takes on f3, a hybrid for nonprofit. That's the optimal. But as we discussed many times, these sites that have investment in e5, sites that have an investment in people paying for memberships seem to have issues with banning people. Naturally, it reduces their bottom line. I'm happy with lichess, but they can only handle so many reports and stuff. So I'm sure that sometimes people slip through the cracks. Donate and support the site, guys, and support me. All right, now we're getting somewhere here. Obviously, if you're like a title player, you get more attention probably than average. So most of the time, not all the time, by the way, when I report people for cheating, they'll oftentimes, check out my accounts and at least investigate. I don't always, I'm not always right. Bishop b5 is a good move by Berdinsky. Getting a little annoyed with this guy. He's defending kind of well. Okay, but his structure is a mess. Bishop b5 is a good move, but it's still not going to be enough to save him. He's just too messed up structurally, I would think. Bishop c6, you can do that. Maybe you should. I think we'll win that pawn on c6 pretty easily. I'm happy with lichess, me too. Bob just subbed. Sometimes I hear the trains from my apartment. This is a little bit cooler than ambulances. Knight a6. I live in Budapest, Hungary, for those of you that don't know. Come on, man. I played a guy yesterday on my Smurf account. 19 cent pawn loss. 1-0-0, 51 moves. All of his games till mine. All the games have between 18 and 20. But he proved to be legit till now. No, what I'm surprised with, Jim, is that I don't know if a lot of people come from sites like chess.com over here where there was no hope in reporting people, so they didn't bother. It's kind of like, you don't bother going to the hospital because there are no doctors there that are going to take care of you. I would think, I'm surprised a lot of times, for example, there'll be like an hourly arena and some guy will have cheated in all 10 of his games. But nobody reports him. That kind of thing. But there's the very common psychological sort of phenomenon that this is. I mean, it's the free rider They're just waiting for, in economic terms, free rider, principle of the free rider or whatever. Everybody's waiting for somebody else to do it. It's like when the elevator of your apartment building breaks, nobody can use the elevator. And sometimes it takes like an hour or two for it to get fixed because like everybody's waiting for someone else to do it, Everybody wants to just be the free rider on the bus that doesn't have to pay. They'll let somebody else do it. And so like there'll be like 10 guys that this guy cheated against, but no one felt like bothering, to report him. The second possibility is that they don't report him because they don't believe that justice will be done. And they don't know any vigilantes like Bob. So they feel life is hopeless. Got a nice slight edge here. This is very strong. Bishop on c6, excellent move. I only have a tiny edge. Just barely enough, if that, to win the game. Bishop c6 is brilliant. What about the Finnish culture? Bob, you're really making Brittany accounts now. Sorry about that, Bob. Just too blatant. This guy's 1600. Wow. Yeah, Bob, that's nice. Waiting in the corner. We're not taking subscribers first, just all challengers. c4 is the best move. He found that pretty quickly for 1600. I don't know if this is enough to win or not. I would assume we have tremendous chances. Probably it is. Maybe not. Everyday run-of-the-mill 1650. I think G takes H was maybe not a good move. Until then, he was drawing. Nothing suspicious about that. $16.50. Right. Yeah, we'll check the game. There might have been a way I was winning at the end, but I was in such time pressure I couldn't really find it. There was no reason for him to play G takes H. I was winning at one point here. It's probably when he played that move. It was ridiculous to play the move G takes H. G4, it's a total force field. There's just absolutely no reason for him to do this. I don't understand. The whole game he played like perfectly and then played G takes H with 25 seconds left. This is unlosable. He played a perfect game until G4. The game of his life. I was winning before that? Only after that, no? When was this played? Yeah. Yeah, this is a total draw, dude. He's worse, but he's never losing. Really good game by White. All right. Just a standard 1600. Right. I mean, the evaluation is tricky. You know, I'm better, but am I winning? It wasn't easy. And he defended in a very sophisticated way that most 1600s wouldn't understand. Mm-hmm. Mari. Mari Povich. Didn't we play like the same similar variation the other day? I think he might have played H3. I just don't want to have a bad piece. So what about this pawn here on e5? I think he has attention deficit disorder. He can't think for more than 2 seconds on a single move, no matter how many times I tell him. It's hopeless. Like, we only can play bullet chess. I've given up completely. I won't do anything unless it's for money. Right, that's me, man. Why don't we just play bullet chess instead? We'll just change my stream to bullet for more watt, because that's all he seems to care about. I don't know why he even wants to play with me, honestly. Maybe we're better here. Maybe not. Pure space. I guess I should play f6. Okay, I mean, c4, wow. What a move. Just a draw. Guilty of being underrated. Guilty of playing me early in my stream when I'm really not very sharp. I should have beaten him. But still, he's underrated. Yeah, I agree. It's almost like he's playing for a draw. He's playing for a win by playing for a draw. I don't know, man. Whatever. This is just a draw. If you want to blame me, you can go back to my decision to play like bishop g4 on move 10. I can play more aggressively here, but this bishop concerns me. I mean, if he plays h3 and I don't get rid of it, it's a tricky piece to play with. I'm basically afraid of his speed. Just a draw. I'm afraid to get in time pressure, you know, in a critical position and then have him, like, blitz me. Because if I was playing a player who wasn't so fast, I would be more willing to do something riskier. The engine thinks he's better here if he avoids the exchange of queens. So this is a really bad move. Queen takes d5. Yeah, that helps me out. I should keep the tension somehow. Well, this is interesting. To play c4 to undouble the pawns, that's a really neat idea. Tripled pawns. I figured that Hesam Membu was from like Turkey or something. Sounds like Hassan. Okay, okay, that's you. Is that you? Bob Sack. Ryan. I'm generally not playing the same players twice. To give everybody a chance to play. It's like kindergarten. You can't go twice. Yeah, maybe African. At least I was closer with Turkish. Turkey's close to Finland. There's like there's some sort of portal. They go to sauna together. All right. We had an earlier Grunfeld. Oh, it's like Hungarian Finnish, where the tribes separated. The languages are related. Finnish is close to Swahili. Finnish, Swahili, and Hungarian are linguistically related. A5. Unusual move. Let's stop that. Wait, Uhura is like part... I thought Uhura was Swahili. Klingon language. I realize now how hot Uhura was. Something you don't recognize when you're like a kid watching Star Trek. Problems, the dangers of becoming middle-aged. E4. Uhura's still alive. She's like 86 or something. How does every stream I do like go back to Star Trek? It's your fault, Bob. You're bringing up the Klingons. Basically, we've got a sort of normalish position here. I don't like the queen on c7. No, I don't know. I don't know about with queen on c7. Typically, the queen would go to b6 in this kind of structure. I like queens on e7 or b6. But bishop d7 is probably a good move. I was actually hoping to sack a piece with knight b5, so you kind of killed that idea. That's like one of my favorite tactical tricks. Though I stopped playing the Fianchetto King's Indian long ago. You can still try. So he's playing like Marois. A lot of bullet chess. You're 2472 in classical. What is that like? Top 5 on lichess? You're top 5 in classical? He's 2472 FIDE. That's my favorite new joke where these people will like... They put their FIDE blitz ratings in their profiles. Like, that's meaningful. You know, I've never played in a FIDE blitz tournament. You know, I've been a member of the Federation for almost 30 years. I don't have a FIDE blitz rating. I've never even played in a FIDE. Blitz rating? Yeah, there's lots of FIDE blitz tournaments going on. Every week we have them here. Like, what? Maybe in Russia. I think Russia is the only country that has FIDE rated blitz tournaments. I'm beginning to hate my bishop on b2. This is deep. Yeah, Jim, that's... But I didn't even understand how these people have FIDE blitz ratings. Like, there's no... Like, we have one tournament, maybe, like the Hungarian Blitz Championship. I suppose, like, that's FIDE rated for blitz, but... I mean, I can't even remember ever being to a tournament. I've never been to a blitz tournament. Maybe once a year they have that. Hungarian Rapid Blitz, that's probably rated. Very few blitz tournaments, though. These ratings didn't even exist until like the last like 7 or 8 years, I think. When did blitz ratings start? In the last 10 years. Since my retirement. I like how like a lot of people use this really ancient chess site, chessgames.com, to look up people's games and stuff. If you look up my profile on there, it's like I died in 2010. Like, I don't have any games after 2010. What happened? They like closed the profile? I don't use that site, but I just thought it was amusing, you know. If you need to use like a chess online database, the best is probably ChessBase. And then aside from that, like, you can probably access ChessBase online to some degree for free. Then there's like chess-db. But I just found it funny how I died in 2010. I have no games after that. I have quite a few, actually. It's been a long time. They must have closed out that profile. There's another me. But I hope you're not looking me up there. If you are preparing for me. Okay, most people have ChessBase. You got chess base for free. I hate chess base. Losers. All right. Knight h7. Bob, you're admitting to illegally downloading material? Can we get a statement? Will you sign a statement admitting to your illegal behavior? I bought ChessBase like 4 times, and they give you no ability to like update it or upgrade from your current subscription. They just expect you to like buy it again every 5 years. That's not happening. So, all right, now Black just like went coffee house and sacked a piece. Cover the mate on h2. And Black is threatening f2 and h2. They're covered. d4 is covered. e4 is covered. Maybe knight b1. That'll take away protection. We've got e4 though. I'm like worried about my pawn structure. Whatever, I'm a piece up here. Is this a problem? Knight. I thought you should have played knight e6 there. But like what I'm saying is like there are no blitz tournaments, or very few of these FIDE blitz anyway. I mean, the problem with FIDE is that, you know, these federations, they have to pay like fees to have their tournaments rated and stuff. I mean, it's all a racket. FIDE is a racket. I mean, seriously, anybody could do like a rating system. It's not that difficult. One guy, you know, one computer nerd in a 1-bedroom apartment could run the entire FIDE rating system, probably. We don't need to pay like massive fees, probably. It's a scam, man, like everything else. FIDE are scammers. I almost mated myself, I know. Thank you for reminding me. Practical player, this guy. He must be related to Marwa. They have the same basic premise. Time is all that matters. He actually missed his tactics. He missed 2 really blatant tactics so far. Knight takes e4 early on, and now knight e2 check. That's the difference. I mean, when you're playing with increment, should you be missing tactics? Like, I understand when you're playing sudden death. That sounds deep, Bob. That's why he's an NM. That way he doesn't have to bother becoming like a grandmaster or something. Actually use any energy. The NM is even lamer than it was before, probably. It was always lame, but it's probably even lamer now. I shouldn't have traded too much here. Traded too much stuff off. He resigned. Why would you resign? I don't even think you're lost. I don't understand. Just respect resignation? Thanks, man. I'm not sure you're even lost here. Those two pawns on the outside are strong. The two pawns are strong. I don't think you're lost. Maybe it's not easy, but... Okay, there's too much stuff on the board here for a table base, but... Honestly, when we first entered this endgame, it was a great decision to trade queens. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm up a piece, but he's got 3 pawns for a piece. And I couldn't find a good move now. I had no way to win a pawn that I could see. But it looks like I played inaccurately. I remember Tamalur. I remember that handle. Yeah. This is by far not an easy endgame, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw. The important thing is he has these 2 connected pass pawns over here. I mean, those are pretty strong with his king. Maybe if I played perfectly at this stage, but watch. I played king f2, king g7, and I didn't make any effort to win a pawn on the queen side now. Actually, b5 is a good move, simplifying. It's probably a draw, man. I would have been happy with a draw. Apparently, we're winning at 2 points. Queen h4, knight e2 check. This I did not realize you were winning. I saw this, of course. I had no clue I was lost here. I let your pieces get a little too active. Anyway, I mean, you're really, really fast. Bob is up. Sorry, Bob. I saw knight e2. $1 million allows the world championship. 1 million bits? Well, for 1 million bits, I don't know. I might be able to get you a GM norm. I'll see what I can do. In some countries, anyway. A million bits is what, $10,000? It'll definitely buy you a GM norm. All right, Bob. I don't know about the title, though. In some countries. I like Hungary. I wouldn't stay here. And I was telling the story. Bob reminded me of my first opponent actually in Budapest. I first came to Hungary in 1996 because we played in the Vienna Open in the summer of 1996, and I had never been to Hungary, but I had heard of the first Saturday tournaments. They were already famous, and they had round robin tournaments here for Grandmaster norms since the early 90s. But I never traveled here, and then I played in the summer in a tournament in Lake Balaton, and my first time I came to Budapest was for a visit in 96, but we played for the first time here in 1997. Somebody yesterday was saying how I wasn't even born yet. Like half the world wasn't born yet. Tell Bob to stop playing this. I told Asterbate to stop playing this and he doesn't listen. It's like the people who play Bullet, Jim. I try to tell Morwa and everyone to stop playing Bullet and they don't listen. It's like talking to the wall. Why do I bother even saying anything? You know, I stopped telling them not to play it. It's not that bad, honestly. But they don't want to listen. Asterbate doesn't want to listen. Bob doesn't want to listen. The bishop c4 isn't good. Only against d6. So, Hungary's a great country for chess. Although, I feel like lately, things have gone downhill a little bit. The last year or so. Well, maybe not. We don't have a lot of big prizes or anything, but there's a lot of tournaments, a lot of strong players. We have sort of rating poverty. I have a theory that like wealthier countries have higher rated players. I guess that makes sense. But it's an interesting theory that if you take players from Hungary and you compare them to another country, like if you took Hungary and Austria and combined players who had the same ratings, my argument would be, obviously Austria is a richer country than Hungary, although they border each other. My theory is that the players with the same rating in Austria are weaker than the same rating in Hungary because of rating poverty. But I mean, it's obviously not been scientifically proven. I would rather play like an Austrian IM with the same rating than a Hungarian IM, let's say. Or a Greek IM. Greek IMs are really probably very tough due to the economic hardships their country has faced in recent years. You guys probably also have ratings poverty in Greece. Well, I mean, if you compare Hungary to Scandinavia or Switzerland or Austria, Germany, I mean, these countries are much more wealthy, of course. We're the gateway to the Wild East here. Perhaps this is a mistake. Perhaps I should play pawn takes d4. Bob is starting to bust the positional genius style on me here. How about knight e4? Not good. Bob, when did you become a positional genius? Speaking of underrated players, Bob is like Bjorn. No, not Bjorn. That other player I played in the beginning. He's like 2069 in correspondence, but 1700. No, he's 1700 classical. So much for this theory. It's all pretty random. Bob, you need more openings. Prep. It's a strange move to spend a minute on. Actually, I would think the queen. Queen has a good diagonal. How's the rook's diagonal from there? Am I in the sun? Sun is starting to. Sun is starting to have an effect here on the skylight. Brilliant positional game by Bob. He's fully equalized. You watched the stream for 3 years? Seriously? Cheaper than me. And you didn't play till now? It's not that I'm cheap, I just don't have time to watch any other streamers. I just really wouldn't subscribe unless I'm going to actually watch the stream. I mean, I don't have time to do anything. It sucks. Even with coronavirus. I should be making videos for my YouTube channel. I threatened to do that. Stupid Bob. Why do you have to keep playing good moves? It's a dynamic move, Bob. You won't like me when I'm angry. If I open the A file, he'll have rook A6 penetrating. Like B5, AB, rook takes rook, rook takes rook, rook A6. I don't like it. I don't know what to do now. Damn you, Bob. You have no business playing good chess. Since you've been practically non-present in the stream for months. The Ordenmeister's been watching the stream for 3 years now without stopping. You just come and go as you please. Now you're just getting better. I think we should have an investigation. How is Bob suddenly getting better? Very suspicious. Two years, 1 month, according to Mubot. Asterbait, what is that? Is that you? What is Mubot doing? You can ask it that? I didn't even know. I'm sorry for the blinding light. This is basically designed to distract Bob. Queen C1. An X-ray attack against my H6 pawn. Damn it. How do I do this? 94? Bob is super, super suspicious. Subtle queen C1. How about knight A5, giving up the E5 square? That's a good move. B5, we've discussed this already. I'm going to risk this. Instantly he moves. Instantly. Bob, what's your bullet rating? No bullet rating, good. Blitz, 4 games? What? And you instantly found my suggestion. You can trick Bob by making suggestions. I'm almost losing a piece. Wonder if Queen D7 was better. Probably not. What? You can trick Bob by making suggestions, and he'll follow whatever you say. He's very, very vulnerable to suggestion. Oof. You played a great game, man, till then. Seriously. Okay, rook a6, queen c7 now. White needs to find a good move after that. Astrobate, thank you. Nothing for the rest of the quarter. The quarter? I want to see your financial report for the quarter. All I know is that I'm very thankful I don't have any money invested in the last quarter. Thank God I don't have, like, any sort of money. Rook e1. Bob, great game until rook a6, and then what? Here's the critical position. So you've got possibilities of this. Got the 6th rank. So here you have to find some good move. I don't know, queen a3, maybe pawn takes pawn. I wasn't sure which way to recapture if you play pawn takes pawn. I'm actually, like, not really threatening anything. I certainly didn't consider the engine suggestion of b4, but queen a1 looks like an interesting move. So the engine thinks that Bob is equal. After the opening, he's clearly worse. But I played too hesitantly. It's instructive. Yeah, this was lame. Bishop e7, bishop d6. Just I played too lamely. Alright. Yeah, I don't think so. Alright. The fat fish. We'll play fat fish. Sorry, I just can't pronounce the whole name. It's just too long. We will play a second game with Bjorn if there's no other challenges. I'm sorry, I just called you fat fish, but it was just easier to say. Weak intuition. Astrobate is almost 100% intuition, but he has some nasty 2 and 3 move calculations he makes. That would be good for you to improve, Bob. That Astrobate like calculation when he really needs to turn it on. But both of you are very good intuitively. But Astrobate's been working harder. What was a bullet move? You're not good intuitively, really. I thought you were saying you are. Oh, I thought you meant you were good intuitively, playing on weak intuition. So you're saying your intuition is weak. I didn't understand that. But you've got very little calculation. You need to improve your calculation, man. I don't think you need to improve your intuition. I mean, everybody can, but that's not my take at all. You know, I think you just need to calculate and work harder at the board. But again, you know, you're saying you can go deep. Well, maybe that's not that important. Maybe that's not so important. Maybe the important thing is that you horizontally don't make mistakes. E3. That's a really annoying move. Yeah, horizontally. So instead of deep, wide. You don't miss any vital possibilities along the way, you know. You're horizontal. So you're looking at every important possibility. Not a question of how deep you go, but you're not missing key possibilities altogether, you know. I hate this variation for both sides. I have a terrible score. I think I've lost like every game I've ever played for both colors. Damn the sun. Sorry, guys. But it's just ridiculous. Ever since coronavirus started, it's been like sunny, perfect weather. Unbelievable. Never rains. It's just insane. We have the best weather of like the 14 years that I've been living in Budapest since coronavirus started. It's like Murphy's Law. It's not a curtain, man. It's a skylight and it is closed, but it has a little crack, like a tiny crack. With the blind has like a tiny crack, and that tiny crack is going exactly on my webcam, and there's like no way. I have to like put a towel over the window, like the crack of the window, but it's really hard to like wedge it in there. And I never know when it's going to happen. Shutters for the skylight is what I need. Sounds like a do-it-yourself project. So I think you should play b4 there. I hate that b4, man. b4. Before I can play c5. This is still okay for white. We should take donations for shutters for the skylight. Uh-oh. 95. The stonewall attack. I guess bishop a6 should be considered. Yeah, it's funny. We had snow like 2 weeks ago. It's very strange. There was snow 2 weeks ago. Right when the lockdown was about to start. And it just snowed, but it's never snowed in March that I can recall. It's not like Boston. I remember having snow over my car in Boston the 1st of March. It doesn't snow much, though. Maybe a couple inches every year. I mean, it's really very rare. I guess in some places it can. You know, there are some hilly sort of very slightly mountainous regions, but not much. But in Budapest, basically, very little snow. Very rare, maybe once a year. So what's the deal with this? I thought I went a pawn here. But you got a tactical trick. God damn it, Jerry. What if I play bishop takes d3, knight takes d8, bishop takes f1, queen f1, rook takes d8? I'd be getting what? A rook Dude, check that out. Bishop d3, knight takes d8. Bishop takes f1. Takes. I only have a piece and a rook for a queen. That's ridiculous. Why am I thinking about this? I missed bishop e7 in my pre-analysis. Can I sacrifice in exchange? Like pawn takes d4, bishop e7, pawn takes e3. Pawn takes e3. Knight e5, bishop a8, queen a8. That's pretty unconvincing. I'll give it a shot. I doubt this is sound, but just for the sake of fun, we're going to do it. A large stream. So we have a lot of tourists that come to Lake Balaton. That's where I played my first tournament in 1996. Yes. It's a very large lake. A lot of German tourists. I'm forgetting my own analysis here. A lot of tourists from other European countries. Yeah, it's a nice resort. Inexpensive compared to more wealthy countries for a summer vacation. So it's popular with Germans, particularly Germans and Austrians. Pretty much like every rental property has like a sign in German. Zimmer frei. All right, what do we got? Room for rent. 84. So we've got a decent exchange sack finally. I thought this was a cool way to play for the initiative. I don't like my knight on g6 here. This is a bad move. No. No. That knight is on lockdown. Definitely. I didn't even consider taking his bishop. Maybe I should. Whoa. Queen and knight. Good combination. It was a practical decision. He found rook c2. Very good defense. Damn it, Jerry. I have to go at like 1:15, so we have 35. 35 minutes left. No good defense here. He's losing the queen. But I thought it was a cool exchange sacrifice. Let's see if it actually worked. So it's book up until here, oddly. This has actually been played. Castles is the main line, surprisingly. I really thought the b4 was best. Not very common, though. So this is a good idea. It works. Here I thought for a while, decided to sack an exchange. Wow, apparently he has knight f3. It's a really weird move. Just sacrificing a pawn. Holy crap. Not easy to find. So after bishop takes the exchange with bishop b7, the engine liked my exchange sack. Cool. I should have taken on f2 check. This is better. Anyway, that was a pretty good game. 30 minutes left. Alright, Arturas. I'll play these guys. These 3 last games. But that's all I have time for. I have to run. No more challenges. We'll play Bjorn last because he already played. Who are you talking about? Very few viewers today. It's because of this marathon thing. Where's all of our viewers? Where is everybody? Friends of the stream. Fortuna Chess Coach. Yeah, he's streaming. I wish we had more time to watch other streamers. I mean, I might check people out for like a minute, but I don't have time to watch, unfortunately. I wanted to raid Grandmaster Vito Levente. He started streaming on chess, the evil chess site. But he's a player who I know really well, and I wanted to help him out by raiding the stream yesterday. But we had just started our stream when he was like streaming. He had like 11 viewers, so I thought it would be cool to raid his stream. I have chess lessons scheduled, yeah, most days. I take Saturdays off for the most part. So Arturas here playing g5, but not knight h5. I mean, that's very strange. If you're going to play g5, you should play knight h5. He should definitely play knight h5 now. Definitely you should play it now, Bob. Actually, bishop e2 is probably a bad move. Not really bad, just a little bad. It's a cheapo. Never ever believe what the streamer is telling you. Next customer. All right. He's believing me. That's unbelievable. All right, someone on sound. Someone on sound in blitz. Well, I can't really teach live chess, especially with the coronavirus, but because we have poverty chess poverty here. People really can't afford to pay like Western prices for chess lessons. It's not easy to make a living as a chess teacher in Hungary. All right, here we go again. Oh, I blundered. This loses by force, right? Knight f6 is just terrible for black. Someone on sound, he didn't play the refutation of e5. How strange. So this must be his new thing. What's up with bishop g4, queen b3? Bishop g4, queen b3. Bishop g4, queen b3. Wait, knight a5 I have there. How bad is it? How bad is it, Doc? It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. I'm sorry. You're not going to make it. I can transpose to my known theory here. We're going to have a better look at this. I'm going to have a better look at castles after knight f6. Come up with a conclusive idea. And I'm not revealing my biggest new... By the way, someone on sound, I have a new idea. I'm not going to reveal it here. What am I doing? I'm playing a line I never play. That's good. This is a very old line, right? I tricked myself into playing a line I don't play. How about knight e5 here? What's up with that? There's some sort of nasty tactic. Yeah. e5. Queen b8. e5. Probably I've played that before. Do I have knight h5 if e5, knight h5? By the way? What's up with that? e5, knight h5. What do? Pawn takes, knight takes f4. If you move your bishop away? Interesting question. e5, knight h5 might be possible. Black feels so undeveloped. Thank you, Bob, for stating Captain Obvious. That's what happens when you accept a pawn sack for development. But I don't typically play this line. I gotta go to the store, guys. It's the old people's hour is over, so it's my chance to go shopping now. We're gonna have to leave you at around 1:15 at the latest. The old people are allowed to shop between 9 and 12, and I'm not a senior yet, so... Starving master strength. Usually I hit 50 viewers. Yeah, I don't know what's up today. I'm just wondering if something had to do with that weird charity blitz marathon they were running. There's a lot of people like streaming maybe for that, I don't know. But I'm not going to play chess for 24 hours. Seems like a good idea to like run down your health during the coronavirus epidemic. I'm definitely in the danger zone at 39 years old. All right, 95. Someone in sound, aren't you supposed to play e5 here? Is knight h5 really a problem? Bishop g5, maybe? e5, d takes e, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, queen a7, bishop d4, queen b8, bishop e5. I've played that draw with other players before. I think you might have a tactic there, though. That's more than a draw, if I remember correctly. Possible white has some sort of tactical win after e5, de, knight e5, bishop e5, queen a7. Something with knight b5 or bishop b5 check. Probably like bishop b5 check. But knight h5 was interesting. Yeah, we got someone on sound. Misplaying his favorite opening for the first time in his life, I think. He only has compensation for material now. He's not winning by force as usual. But he finds a very, very cagey move now. The rook d3 is just nasty. We got to be careful about that. I think that black is fine though. I don't subscribe to this white attack. Bishop takes, h6 is not happening. Of course, that bishop is still dangerous as well, but pretty much shut down. h4. We have 25 minutes left, so enough time for 2 more games. Then I've got to run for my shopping. I have like 20 minutes for shopping, then back to work in my jail. My office jail. Knight d5. Definitely surprised by bishop h4. That was not what I expected. He's trying to induce me to play like g5. Wow. Inducements. Man. Rook a7. It just doesn't seem necessary to play g5. Weaken my own king side. I shouldn't have to play like that. Queen a7 is interesting. Another favorite square of mine. This doesn't exactly develop any pieces, but I love this queen diagonal. What's he doing? Rook d1. Trying to set up tactics. Now knight d5, bishop d5. I guess there's nothing wrong with bishop e7 now at this point. What's he going to do? Play rook d7? Maybe he will. That's nasty. I keep saying that word. Like the porno star president. We've even got sounds like propeller planes. Waiting for the ghetto birds. Rook b8. Someone on sound. Where is your compensation here? He's misplayed his precious Mora gambit. That happens every time we have a football match. Jim, there's a war with Romania. Alright. This is a prophylactic move of the highest order. Everyone's playing king h8. It's popular. Romania-Hungary can get ugly. Yeah. How do you feel about trading pieces? play bishop g3. He doesn't trade pieces. Why should I back off? Hungary is more wealthy than Romania? I doubt it. Romania is larger and has like massive amounts of natural resources. G4. Oh my god. You're kidding me. Right. Oh, this must be played. If aliens like invade the planet, I'm sure they'll go for Romania first. This guy is just pervertedly strong. The only way to beat him is on time. Perversely. He's perversely strong. What does that do? Queen h5. I want to know, and I want to know now. You're attacking my f7 pawn? I wasn't sure what he was threatening exactly. It's sort of unbelievable. Now what? What are you threatening? You better not be threatening something. Keeps trying to threaten stuff. He timed out. He got his pawn back and everything. Rematch. I'm not even up any material and I'm +3. That is awesome. +3. Good game. Alright. I don't have time for too many challenges, just 2. So I got extra challenges I have to decline, unfortunately. I promised these 2 guys I would play, that's it. I've got to go. My last chance for shopping for today. The old people have probably like purchased everything downstairs in the stores. Steinitz of sorts, right? We had this the other day against someone, the same line. They get 3 hours here. It seems kind of excessive, doesn't it? To give them all that time between 9 and 12. 2 hours should be enough for the old people to do their shopping. I'm just happy I'm not one of the old people yet. I'm getting close. Alright. No threats. I guess I'm threatening e5. That's like a somewhat unsound type move. Well, it feels good to win a Mora Gambit against someone unsound. He's almost unbeatable. e5. He just castles out of it? No, he can't do that. I guess he could take on f3 here. This isn't so bad, actually. Guys, don't believe what I'm saying. Don't believe the hype. He can't take on f3. An odd position. The chess.com streamer contract? Imagine that. It would be exploitative. Because it's not an exploitative site. Created by people who wanted to make money who don't know anything about chess. It's the perfect environment for fairness. A contract. Dude, these people are like advertising that site. You know, I'm advertising lichess by streaming on their server. It's not like, you know, it's not like they're doing me a huge favor. It's a mutually beneficial arrangement. Look at this move, rook d1. Wow. Okay. Maybe he had a better way to play it, I don't know. Could he play a6? Feeling materialistic today. I'm not up any material if I give him the c2 pawn. But he's in a really, really terrible pin here. All I need is one pawn. Give me one pawn. Just give me one pawn. The a pawn. That'll do. He's underrated again. Being underrated. Did I win the last game? Man, he's hanging on here. I have to go. We really didn't want you hanging on for too long. Okay, this is a mistake. So bishop d6 puts up quite a bit of resistance, but I think king d8 is dangerous. Far better to play bishop d6. And you can play bishop f5. I mean, maybe a computer has a forced win for white, but I don't see it. Now his king is stuck in the center in a kind of dangerous way. I mean, and I could take his bishop and just be better with two bishops and an ending. This drops a piece. Yeah, so this is the kind of tactical mistake you're talking about. You played pretty well. The position should have been defensible with bishop d6. Any titled player, I take that as an insult. Marco, we've played before. Last game, guys, I got to run to do the grocery shopping to some degree. Gotta go to the bakery. Gotta go to the bakery. Buy some milk and bread. Alright. Marco, what if you play bishop d6 there? I didn't have time to check it out, but you should look and see. I mean, maybe black can hold if you don't play king d8. The adrenaline? Of what? Of over-the-board blitz? What are you talking about? I think I'm becoming more sensitive to bread. Carbohydrates than I used to be. This e5 is pretty rare, though someone played this against me in the not so distant past with a decent result. Was that you? Could it have been Marco? Very likely. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it was him. He played the same exact thing against me and I got a bad position. I remember that now. So first thing, I probably shouldn't castle too quickly here if he's going to try to play like that. The exact same line. I remember now. You've been baking your own bread. Good idea. Less artificial ingredients. But I was talking about more in like general. You'd like that, Bob. This is exactly like the last time. But we're not going to play the same as last time. We have a new plan. Not castling. We're not going to make life easy for this guy. It's kind of primitive, but we have no bad pieces. We traded off our bad bishop. Okay, this white square bishop. It is restricted by c4. We don't have a pawn on e4. This is very important. I also played for white square control against him in the previous game. You can see I won with the white square bishop on e6, final position, but that game wasn't good. I remember looking at it. This is kind of an annoying setup he's playing with knight c6. I have to look at this closer. Maybe I should play d5 immediately. Most likely that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm being non-committal, but this is probably the best move for white. Just to play d5. Making excuses for leaving? Who, me? We've got to go. Brief window. I can do my shopping. The shopping window is open. I mean, by 2 o'clock, everything would be sold out at the bakery. The last time I went, they only had like 1% milk when I went late. What? Oh my god. Whoa. Holy God. What a great idea. Oh my god. Now, luckily, knight number 1 has control of e4. So knight number 2 can go to f3. So I can play king f1, queen f6 check, knight f3, and he doesn't have e4. The only thing saving my proverbial butt here. That is a cool idea, man. But I'm not sure how far you actually worked it out or if this is like an intuitive piece sacrifice. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. But if I take on h5, maybe e4 kills my pieces. So I should play this first. While I still can get a knight to f3. This This is a heroic and inspired attempt by my opponent, but man, if he gets a queen to b6, I'm still done. Heroic and inspired attempt. Let's be a little careful about that move. We don't have to play e4. Knight e4. Now you can play pawn takes e3, knight takes g3, e4, no. Bishop f5. Bishop f5 looks interesting. Bishop f5, bishop d3. And then pawn takes e3, knight takes g3. It shouldn't be enough for black, clearly, but it was a really nice try. Yeah, you should go to play the National Open if it wasn't canceled. It's not a good time for Acerbate to enter the tournament arena while there are no tournaments. Probably. Quarantine in Hungary. Yeah, there are rules. I'm not sure how seriously enforced they are. They're not that strict. Everybody walks around like everything's completely normal here. We've been very lucky, really. Mouse slip. It's a mouse slip. I can't believe you didn't play bishop h4. That's the whole point, man. You have to play bishop h4. And if knight takes h4, you can at least have some fun with a check or two. I was actually thinking about bishop h4 g3. And then black doing rook takes f3. Bishop takes f3. I'm probably winning, but there's still some tricks. But it's just suicide. This is clearly suicide for black. The end is near. Time to go shopping. Anyway, good games, guys. Thank you for the fights. We'll be back Sunday, and I expect more viewers. No excuses. The flagship event, Sunday simul here on lichess and Twitch. We're going to be streaming at 6:30 p.m. Central European Summertime, and taking on 25 players, as is the habit. So please support the stream, guys. Please support the stream. Thank you to Bob, Fortuna, and Move 11 for the gift subs. Acerbate today. Mr. Slowhand and Blobix. Acerbate in first place with 25-25. Thank you, guys. Bob, I will see you later. Thanks, someone on sound. Acerbate, Bjorn Mester, all you guys. Jim, I expect your boss to give you, Sunday off. We'll talk later, guys. Bye-bye.